Trivandrum was at one point of time a hub for football. It's just that in the last couple of decades it was lost, but we're definitely going to bring that back. You're going to see the Thiruvananthapuram Kombans and the Thiruvananthapuram Football Club grow to make a mark in the area of sports and games in Thiruvananthapuram. People here are actually creating a culture, and that culture is what will bring about the economic activity in Thiruvananthapuram. Actually, this new initiative of Thiruvananthapuram Kombans is something which I think is going to make a big impact in society. Unlike many of the other projects which I was involved in the past, it's probably the first time I'm involved with something in sports. But the main thing here is going to be that you're going to help the youth focus in a specific direction. So I would look at this as a social entrepreneurial venture. And it is not about, all the people who've come in are not people who are looking at making money out of it, but looking in a way to give back. And in that give back, what we're looking at is trying to see how we can move young people away from crime or from drugs and other, or even from the screen, to getting into a wellness kind of a mode. And that's where it will be. In a way, the Thiruvananthapuram Kombans club is going to be on football, but definitely there'll be other initiatives which we will look at in the area of other sports. Athletics is one area, badminton could be another. So there'll be other sports which we will come in with. So very clearly, this will have a big impact on Thiruvananthapuram, but the bigger impact is going to be for the generations as we go forward. I think opportunities on this are going to be huge. One, the young people here will get opportunities to they're really good at football. They will get opportunities to be coached by some very eminent coaches, like we now have a Brazilian coach coming down. Then you will be able to find that a lot of people will get into other areas of sports, like for sports-related physiotherapy is a big area. Sports correspondence is a big area. Sports-related social media activities are there. So the employment then there are what you would call, the hospitality sector. So the impact in this is going to be very high. So I would say that practically every field will get impacted in a way by the Thiruvananthapuram Kombans. Also, you will find a lot of small clubs coming up, because one of the things to look at Kutti Kombans, I don't know if somebody's talked about the Kutti Kombans. The Kutti Kombans is something which will mean young children competing for tournaments. But from there, you will pick up those really good ones who will be able to grow. And I hope that in a few years' time, we will see people from Thiruvananthapuram on the Indian team. That's what we should be looking at. Long-term, look, there are many thoughts long-term for us. But the main long-term focus is on sports. And we hope that we will be able to do something big in the sports area, which we should probably look at announcing after the season 1. But definitely we will leave an investment, a mark in Thiruvananthapuram in the next few years is what we think. The first 2-3 seasons, we will depend on the Chandrasekhar Nair Stadium. But we'll need to see how we will go forward from there. And there are some thoughts in that direction. Too early to talk about it, but definitely you're going to see the Thiruvananthapuram Kombans and the Thiruvananthapuram Football Club grow to make a mark in the area of sports and games in Thiruvananthapuram. Look, if you really look at it, the first 2-3 seasons, when you look at 35-40 crores worth of money being spent here, which means that is a big activity that is there. You will also find that, simple thing, today you've got 35 people living in a rented apartment in Thiruvananthapuram. Their expenditure, the economic activity on that is multiple. Okay, so you will find that there you have people on the catering side there. Then you have the transportation people coming in. Then you have the many young volunteers who've come in who really are trying to get into the field of sports in different areas. You will find young people wanting to be coaches. So the economic activity from this is unlike in many other cases where you build a factory and you employ people. Here you're actually creating a culture. And that culture is what will bring about the economic activity in Thiruvananthapuram. I would say we will need to have a very large fan following. And I'm sure that the Chandrasekhar Nair Stadium will be full for all the home matches that are being played. But it is not going to end with this season. There's going to be a lot of activity after that. We'll probably have tie-ups with international clubs which may come up. We will have tournaments done, or we'll have friendly matches with very good teams that will come about. So the idea is to revive what Trivandrum had once in terms of the G.V. Raja Trophy and the Kerala Umadi Trophy. There were many such. Trivandrum was at one point of time a hub for football. It's just that in the last couple of decades it was lost, but we're definitely going to bring that back. At this point of time, the football from the normal grass turf has moved into the artificial turfs. But you have so many seven-a-side turfs in the city. But you don't really have a FIFA standard stadium, which to some extent Chandrasekhar Nair Stadium, with the investment going there and the complete turf being relayed and the lights being done in a manner that international television channels can meet those standards for the purpose of telecasting. That will be a big thing that is there. But you need to have more grounds coming up. And I'm sure that over a period of time, we will have other grounds which will come up.